Has never been shy about sharing his opinions on the Lakers, and now he's telling them who they should go after in free agency. Let me share some tweets with you. Here's 3 he offered. Laker Nation, the first free agent the Lakers should go after is Kevin Durant. Laker Nation, the Lakers should call LeBron James' agent. We know he's going to stay in Cleveland, but they should go after him just in case he leaves. Magic also tweeted the Lakers should target Raptor star DeMar DeRozan. Stephen A., what do you think of this? These suggestions?
Well, first of all, Magic's basketball knowledge is not to be questioned. He's a basketball savant. We all know this. As it pertains to DeMar DeRozan, even though he's scheduled to be a restricted free agent, he's made it very, very clear that he wants to be in L.A. He has family out there. He's from out there. He wants to be in L.A. He wants to wear the purple and gold. And if there is a way for it to happen, again, he's restricted. If there's a way for it to happen, DeMar DeRozan will be in a Los Angeles Lakers uniform next season. As it pertains to the rest of Magic Johnson's words over Twitter, let's be clear. LeBron James, as I've said many, many times, Skip, isn't thinking about going anywhere. But I've also said it's important that everybody recognizes that's if he wins the championship. Without delivering a championship to the city of Cleveland, it would take something very catastrophic and a complete falling out with him and Dan Gilbert or whatever for him to leave Cleveland, Ohio. Chances are he's not thinking about doing any such thing before delivering a championship to Cleveland. But once he delivers a championship to Cleveland, all bets are off. I would still say the odds-on favorite is for him to remain in Cleveland. But if he delivers the Cavs a championship this year, it's entirely possible that LeBron could elect to go to someplace like Los Angeles. His lack of affinity for Los Angeles and Hollywood and all of that stuff has dissipated dramatically from what I'm told. And if the Lakers were aimed in the right direction and they had the right situation and he delivered a championship to Cleveland, sure, he would entertain it. It's not something he's going to do prior to winning the championship because his primary obligation is to deliver a championship back to the city of Cleveland for the first time since 1964 in any sport. That's what his mission is. But if he pulls that off, anything's possible. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but I have heard people chattering about anything's possible when it comes to him. And you know my position on Kevin Durant, but that was at the beginning of this, before the season even began. And then the Lakers were so inept that it was a turnoff, et cetera, et cetera. But he's got so many options on the table: L.A., New York, Washington, Miami, or staying in OKC and doing a LeBron deal from last year where he could do a 2-year deal with a 1-year opt-out so him and Russell Westbrook can be free agents at the same time. The possibilities are endless. But that's really all I have to say about that. I mean, it comes down to the fact that the Lakers are only committed to about $26 million. The cap is going up significantly, so the Lakers are scheduled to have over 50 to 60 million available in cap space, which means they could afford, in all likelihood, 2 max players. And because of that reality, who knows what could happen. I'm here to say, however, that Jeannie Buss would have to do something with Jim Buss because his presence there doesn't make the Lakers a very attractive commodity for a lot of prospective marquee free agents.
Okay, help me out here. Magic Johnson back in 2011 sold his share of the Los Angeles Lakers. And as we all know, he eventually became a part owner of the Los Angeles Dodgers, which happened to be a baseball team based in Los Angeles. So now Magic is a baseball, an MLB owner. So help me out. Can he officially or unofficially recruit for the Lakers? Can he have anything to do with this process? Can he sit in on any recruiting sessions or dinners or airport visits or whatever it might be? Is this just him throwing pie into sky on Twitter, or do you think
it is?
Yeah. Okay.
It is him throwing pie into the sky, but the reason why I wouldn't just leave it at that is because he's Magic Johnson. And anything that has something to do with the Lakers, he has cachet, not to mention the fact that they could make suggestions, but you can't tell Magic Johnson what to do because he doesn't work for the NBA. He's not under their umbrella in any capacity. He could sit up there and be a cheerleader on behalf of the Los Angeles Lakers, and nobody would say a word. There's nothing they could say.
Okay. I don't know exactly how his Dodger partners or Dodger players or some Dodger fans would take this, but maybe that's okay. But in the big picture, I first thought, is this just Magic playing to Laker Nation crowd here saying, let's go get LeBron James. Let's go get Kevin Durant. Let's go get Carmelo and Chris Paul. Let's go get everybody, right? Like, and every time you post a tweet, everybody goes crazy. Yeah, yeah. Is it Magic just living in the past? What I'm asking you is, I have nothing but respect for the great Magic Johnson. The greatest days we've had on this show, guest-wise, are when Magic sits right here. Just lights this room up and lights our show up. I've never had more fun and learned more on this show than from Magic. But he's so high IQ basketball. I'm trying to look for the message here between the lines. Is there any method to the madness? Is anything happening here that we should see?
The method to the madness is highlighting the need for a return to Showtime, a show being at the Staples Center when purple and gold is on the floor. That's the primary objective on behalf of Magic Johnson. And what he's also reminding you of is that his words had a good chance of becoming reality when Dr. Jerry Buss was alive. So it's sort of a reminder of what's not being done by the present crop of Lakers running the show. And if indeed you can pull it off and find a way to get somebody that could recruit guys to Los Angeles, reminding them of what the Lakers once were, that's where this comes into. Plus, you got to remember, Magic Johnson has a good relationship with Jeannie Buss. Magic Johnson is synonymous with the Lakers. Jeannie Buss isn't averse to anything that Magic Johnson says when it comes to the Lakers.
Got it.
Because trust me when I tell you, she knows her brother hasn't done the job. But it's a very difficult position for her to be in order to fire her brother. It was even difficult for Magic Johnson to say Jim Buss should be fired. What he said was, let basketball people do the basketball job. You're an owner. You don't need to be a part of the basketball decisions. Sit in the owner's seat, watch them play, cut the checks, etc. He's not advertising or advocating eviscerating Jim Buss from the equation. What he's saying is you don't have any business being a part of basketball decisions, which essentially is what I'm saying. When I say get rid of Jim Buss, I'm not saying boot the man out the door and don't give him his stake in the franchise that belongs to all the children of Dr. Jerry Buss. I'm saying he doesn't need to have anything to do with making basketball decisions for the franchise, which is why it should not be hard for Jeannie to make this decision. You're not cutting him out of the will, for crying out loud. You're not sitting there and saying you're not going to get any money. What you're saying is we need to reposition you like the other children are repositioned so they can collect the check. They're a part of the Buss family and the Buss legacy, but you don't need to have anything to do with basketball decisions. That's why you see Magic Johnson out here sticking his nose in the Lakers business, because he is a Laker. In his eyes, it is his business, and there isn't a soul with a speck of intelligence who is going to argue with that reality. He is Irvin Magic Johnson. And we know no matter who he's affiliated with the Dodgers, he cares about the Lakers. Sure. And that's why it's okay.
Well, I'm going to guess, deep down, heart of heart, he cares more about the Lakers than the Dodgers. No offense to the Dodgers, but, man, he bleeds purple and gold, man. He was Showtime Magic Lakers.
And it's not a conflict of interest.
No.
The stars that come and play for the Lakers will be right over Chavez Ravine, and they'll need to be throwing out first pitches and doing all of that stuff. It's all a part of it.
Okay. So I love the fact that Magic isn't thinking big. He's thinking galactically big. You know, he's like going for broke. He's not seeing the Laker glass as just half full, as some people are trying to see as half empty, half full. He's looking at the glass as full. It should be full. You are the Lakers. Go for it. Go to the top. Don't go to the bottom. But then he follows up tweets about KD, LeBron with go after DeMar DeRozan. It's like, oh, now you're back to the real world, Magic. And I get it. It's just he's a nice player. But now we came back to earth with a thud to me, because as much as I respect DeMar DeRozan, he's not going to change life in Los Angeles the way the other two guys would change life, obviously.
Yeah, and he's looking for a show. And let me tell you something. What Magic Johnson is saying is that if he were running the Lakers, this is what he would be doing. This is what he would be targeting.
He would.
This is what he would be going after. And it would not be a pipe dream.
No.
It would not be a pipe dream, because it would be him who is there.
But he's not there. That's the problem.
You know what? But you could get Jerry West there. And if you get as much of a long shot as that may be, as much as he can't stand being associated with the Buss family, with his son already working in the organization, with the opportunity for him to groom his son, I guarantee you if Jerry West was back there, a lot of superstars would consider coming there.
Agreed. No, I'm with you 1,000%.
Other free agents, Andre Drummond, Hassan Whiteside, Pau Gasol, and Al Horford. Up next, a Cali boy, but we're talking NFL. This infamous video of Laremy Tunsil using a gas mask has been the story of the NFL draft. When we come back, Herm Edwards in the house to talk Tunsil and his future in the NFL. That's next.
National Football League. Did Stephen A. say purple and gold? That's a little purple and gold right there. Yeah, that little purple and gold. That's the Lakers.